Hello, my name is Dr. Sylvia Martinez, and I am the ADY ESL consultant for Patton. In today's pop-up practices, we will present how ESL specialists and content teachers collaborate in helping multilingual learners increase their English proficiency. Join us. At one time, multilingual learners were generally in a pull-out model and their learning rested solely on the ESL specialist. Now, co-teaching is an inclusive and effective practice to increase language proficiency for your multilingual learners, and it is a shared responsibility between the ESL specialist and the content teacher. Today, the ESL specialist and the content teacher collaborate through building the strengths on both teachers by using intentional co-teaching structures, building background knowledge based on prior knowledge of students, providing supports to help students engage in instruction and in assessments, and ensuring that understanding is being monitored and making adjustments as necessary, including multiple language use if possible. Let's find out how collaboration works. First, how does WIDA define collaboration? WIDA defines it as a cyclical process which includes collaborative reflecting, collaborative planning, collaborative teaching, and collaborative assessing. Keep in mind that this is usually not in a linear direction. Let's take a closer look at the WIDA collaboration model. Co-reflecting capitalizes on the talents ESL specialists and content teachers and what they bring to the table. The use of the WIDA guiding principles of language development to inform professional development for teachers and parents. The use of the data from WIDA language assessments to evaluate and facilitate language growth over time. Next, co-planning focuses on the language proficiency level of the student, the identifying of the key language uses, language expectations, annotated language samples, and WIDA can-do name charts for grouping if applicable. Following is co-teaching. It is the use of intentional co-teaching structures to build on the strengths of both teachers. It makes connections to students' prior knowledge and to build necessary background. The use of supports to scaffold instruction and assessments to engage all students. And finally, monitor understanding and make adjustments to include the use of multiple languages. Last, co-assessing. The use of the WIDA speaking and writing rubrics to find student strengths in 3 dimensions. The use of WIDA proficiency level descriptors to create and assess language expectations. Also, using the data from WIDA language assessments to evaluate language growth. Last of all, engage students, parents, and colleagues as partners in learning through self-assessments, surveys, and conferences. What steps can you take to initiate collaboration with ESL specialists and content teachers? First, establish norms, expectations, and agreements for working together. Second, encourage created asset-based student portraits, such as using the Patton English Learner Individual Language Learning Plan as a tool. Third, evaluate student progress and teacher learning. Fourth, analyze impact data by gathering feedback from students and colleagues on how collaboration is impacting teaching and learning. Last of all, share what you have learned with your colleagues. Thank you for joining us in Pop-Up Practices.